Sterling Properties of Santa Barbara proudly presents Ken Boxer Live. From the American Riviera in Santa Barbara, California, it's Ken Boxer Live with your host, Ken Boxer, and co-host, two-time Olympian Tai Babilonia. Please welcome Ken and Tai.
The largest, to all of you, thank you so much. The largest group we've ever had.
It's huge, it's great.
This is
nice
wonderful.
And loud.
Welcome to the show. I'm Ken Boxer. Let me introduce you to somebody whom I always introduce at this point in the show, my lovely, very talented co-host, the two-time Olympian, five-time national champion, and of course, the world champion figure skater that we all know, Tai Babilonia. You're very welcome. Tai, who's on the show? We got to get started. Who's on the show? Who do we have?
Oh, he's the multi-talented stage actor, TV actor, wonderful singer. I met Rex Smith back in the early 80s at a party, I think a party he threw. And I haven't really seen him since the early 80s, so it's great to reconnect with him.
And look at all the wonderful things both of you have done over the years.
Between
then and
well,
now.
we survived the 80s, which is an accomplishment.
And we got a lot to talk about,
we
so
do.
Let's get started with the show.
So don't go away. We'll be right back with the multi-talented Rex Smith.
Yes.
Ken Boxer Live, brought to you in part by the Wildcat Lounge, repeatedly voted Santa Barbara's best dance club. The Eagle Inn, a family-owned hotel near the beach in Santa Barbara. And by American Riviera Bank, smart banking for smart people. Now back to Ken Boxer Live.
Amazing group of people here. Thank you, thank you. And we are back. Joining us this evening is the hugely talented actor and singer, both on the stage and screen. We have with us tonight Rex Smith. Most of you will remember Rex from his mega hit song, You Take My Breath Away, which, by the way, Rex will be singing later in the show. Many of you will remember Rex from his starring role in the television series Street Hawk and from his many Broadway starring roles. So let's now welcome a man who's performed in front of millions around the world, Rex Smith. Welcome.
Can I live up to that? What an 8-tiered layer cake of introduction.
Do you remember the party she was
let me say, people go like
80s.
Vaguely, whatever. It was a good party, okay? I think that decade was the party decade, and I was glad to be right in the middle of it. And not in the worst way. It was you depended, as long as you made it home before the sun came up. That was my secret.
Yeah.
So I'm still here today, okay?
Me too.
But there was adventures unparalleled that ran around the 80s because everybody didn't walk around staring at a phone.
Yeah.
That's so
Exactly.
true.
My oldest son and I were in South Beach for a couple of days. We got a hall pass from our wives. It was a father-son bucket list thing. I got a little Art Deco place in South Beach, and every day we locked our phone in the car for about 5 hours. And we were the only guys throwing the football, playing Kadima, swimming in the water.
Not on
Everybody
your
else,
phones.
girls were going, and guys were stumbling by. Used to a guy would go like, can I put a little lotion on there? Yeah, well, what are you doing tonight? Now it's like, oh my God, somebody tried to talk to me. You know. They don't even try. So I don't know. Can I suggest to take 4 hours once a week, lock it, put it in a box, and the world's not going to stop turning, and take a minute
Nothing's
and
that
look
important.
around. Yeah.
And this is what you remember from that party.
That's my soapbox. Yes.
What? I know.
I remember a lot of great things, and I talk about them in my show, Confessions of a Teen Idol, my one-man show that I'm doing around the world. So
tell us about it.
I wanna
Round it
see
up.
that.
Let's hear about it.
it is. We'll see a little segment of it when I'm doing my song.
Okay.
I was amazed at how much stuff I still had in my garage. It's a 70-minute show that's complete underscore and everything I created, and it takes you on a 40-year journey of the different hats I've worn, from hard rocker, teen idol, superhero, primetime, daytime, Broadway movie star, and I wear each and every one of those hats.
Amazing all the
love
things
it.
you do. And you also are a pilot. Real estate
And
agent.
real estate.
I've
You
got
just
a
said real
realtor's-
estate.
Yeah, I have a real estate license. I also can bareboat charter. I can captain up to a 42-foot boat.
Wow. Okay. But tell us about. I want to go backwards
I know
a
how to
little
change
bit.
diapers. I can cook. I went to culinary school.
And you're a grandfather.
Well, 5 kids.
And I know you like to shop and you like to buy
Yeah,
things
yeah,
for your
yeah.
beautiful wife.
Yes, I do. That's
Okay.
true.
I want to find out though, Ty, I want to find out
What?
before all the hits and things, what were you
Right.
doing in high school?
Did you
How
come from a musical family?
Well, my brother Webster has a master's from Manhattan School of Music. He was on
Okay.
full scholarship. He, everything from Bartok to Beethoven. I can hum it all. I don't know what I'm humming, but I know it from him practicing 5 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It drove him crazy, the fact that he's so steeped in theory. I've sung for Leonard Bernstein, and I've sung 6 Broadway shows and 4 national tours, etc., albums, and I don't read music. So I'm, as Leonard Bernstein said, I'm a musical savant.
Well, hello.
I know, but he also offered he could take me up to his cabin and teach me to read music. I said, I think you're a little overqualified to teach me to read music, but I don't think we're going up to a cabin together.
But in high school, you
Not me and Lenny.
Oh,
Then he wanted me to. He
nice.
wanted me. Wait a second. I went to Dakota and I'm singing. He goes, he's a musical illiterate. How does he sing like this? And he wanted me to do his. He wanted me to do his. His opus. What was the name of the bloody thing? The 80s. There you go. But
Yeah,
he
exactly.
goes. He'll play the rock singer and the celebrant in his mass, Leonard Bernstein's
Oh.
mass. So I'm in the Dakota, I'm singing, and Lenny's there, and I'd done Good Morning America that morning. And so I walked from Rockefeller Center up to the Dakota, which is where John Lennon, unfortunately, was murdered.
Right.
And it's the most famous building in New York.
beautiful.
I'm in there, I'm singing, Lenny's doing the thing, and he's conducting, and he's got 4 fingers of scotch. He's going, oh, I love it. I can take you to my cabin while I'll teach you reading. I'm going like, no. He goes, then he's got the hair, and he reaches here, and he pulls out a joint, like a big fat cigar. He goes, you want to smoke a joint, baby? I went, no, maybe later. He goes, yeah, later, that's it.
wow.
And so when I
love
was
that.
done, he gives me a hug, and they're all going, oh, it's great. And he goes, he's going to be great. And he hugs me, and he gives me the biggest wet willy in my ear. Like, and I said, between that and the cabin, I don't know. So I ended
That's
up.
legendary.
I ended up doing
oh my God.
Solid Gold instead.
Okay.
No,
Well,
nice
the.
segue.
I would like to find. We have a clip, so we're going to find out how you're performing in front of thousands in this clip. What was that like? Can you set us up?
Well,
We'd like to see.
listen, I call it a rocket ride to Romania is what I termed it. I woke up one day and it was all engines go full bore, and the countdown had already was over.
The
It
train
was
had left the
liftoff,
station.
and it was scary at times because there were it was quite an adventure. I can say that at the height of the popularity, probably were some of the loneliest moments in my life because I'm sitting in my New York penthouse one time on a Saturday night, and I had the whole city at my feet. And I was just at my dining table sitting there going, because I couldn't meet anybody that eventually, you meet a nice girl, and then by the 3rd day of the thing, it would happen. It'd be I can't believe I'm sitting with Rex Smith. And you go, oh, there it goes. And it was like, so.
The price of fame.
I'd wake up and go, I can't believe I'm Rex Smith. No, I didn't.
Well, here's a clip, and we're also going to be delighted to hear your singing.
Okay.
Right after this.
Can't
clip.
wait.
I have a
So,
microphone.
can't wait.
Mike's
So
here,
let's
yeah.
watch Rex
He's there.
Smith
Okay.
performing.
They got what they wanted almost 2 hours late, but the thousands who had waited to hear 23-year-old Rex Smith sing the #1 song in the country didn't mind. It was a happy ending that almost didn't happen. The concert was supposed to be held inside the mall, but no one expected the crowd that showed up. They started lining up at 5 this morning. Their impatience meant pushing and shoving. Several girls fainted. Some were taken to hospital. They'd waited for weeks for this moment. They screamed, cried. It almost got out of hand. Organizers considered canceling the whole thing, but Rex wanted to sing for the girls.
I'm sorry. You'll be okay. Goodbye.
For thousands of teenage girls across this country, he quite literally takes their breath away.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat with us tonight. Rex Smith singing his #1 song, You Take My Breath Away.
I don't know what to say. You take my breath away. You're every song I sing. You're the music that I play. And you take my breath away. You smile and it's okay. You take my breath away, like water from a spring on a sizzling summer day. Or you take my breath away. There are words for the magic of a sunrise, only none of them will do for you. You take my breath away, and I don't know what to say, 'cause you take my breath away. Let's go visit young Rex. Take my breath away, and I don't know what to say, 'cause you take my breath away. 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 Whoa. Oh yeah, you take my breath away. Oh, you take my breath away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You take my breath away.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Smith, give it up.
Bravo!
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, Rex.
Powerful.
His voice is an amazing. You got better with age. Your voice it's so
train.
full.
I train.
Yeah,
It's
well,
an
shows.
athletic endeavor. It is.
Absolutely.
You know? I never knew how like the Rat Pack, those guys, they got the scotch and the cigarette, go, oh, gee, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
But how did you
Great.
get that song?
That song came from the movie Sooner or Later, and the man who wrote it, Bruce and Carol Hart wrote the movie, and Bruce Hart wrote a song that probably everybody's familiar with called Sunny Days Chasing the Clouds, and I think that's why that song hit such a nerve. It just, he pared it down to just an experience, and I think it's so,
less is more.
I went into the studio to record that song. I had done my first day of filming ever on a movie, and about 7 o'clock I went to Record Plant, and Charlie Colello produced the album. He produced all the 4 seasons. He was the 5th season, they talk about it. Like in Jersey Boys, they talk about him. He produced Sinatra and Engelbert and all that, and just a wonderful, smart, great producer. And I went in, and I did a pass at the song. It was the first song of the album I recorded. Put the cans on, and I'm just setting levels and drinking some water and going, okay, a little more bass, give me some treble, a little bit of touch of this. And I did one take of the song, and Charlie called me and said, Rex, come on in, I think we got it. I go, one time? He goes, come in, I want you to hear something. So he started playing it, and in those days they were called faders, these sliders that go up and down. And in that You Take My Breath Away, he had like 4 singers. They were like, ooh, ah, my breath away. He goes, kid, I didn't know you were that good. I guess we don't need that. And he pulled those away.
Wow.
And about halfway into the song, I was listening to the take, and I went, I got to go to the bathroom. And I went and locked myself in, and I started crying because I went, that's a hit, that's a hit.
knew.
After all the clubs and all the stuff and the beer bottles flying and the thing and the fights and the, not getting paid and everything. And I went, I've got a hit song. Oh yeah, I've got a hit
and it's scary.
Song. And sure enough, it lifted me up and took me around the world. To this day, it still
changed your life.
Flies me around the world.
I love that song.
I know,
Can't
it's
imagine
beautiful.
what it is to have a catalog of music, Elton John or something like that, what that is like. Because, the effect on my life of that one song is incalculable. I mean, I can, I could calculate if I had a, forensic, a guy, doing, accounting, going, well, let's see, it was worth 7 Porsches, an airplane, and
Oh
whatever.
gosh.
Well, they had to, at that time, in the 70s, when this hit came out, was it 79?
79, yeah.
That was we had Leif Garrett on the show,
Yeah.
and
Right.
he was talking about being manufactured and
Yeah,
what
well,
he
he
had.
was.
The
and
whole
were-
Tiger Beat and
he
Teen
was.
Beat.
Were you in that early days?
I mean, I toured for 2 years, with my own band that I designed and wrote all the music and played everywhere, Madison Square Garden. I don't think I was designed. That really was a overlap of extreme talent by the writers and a pretty talented young man coming together at the same time. I wasn't sitting on a beach, with a razor cut, waiting for somebody, hey kid, you look good. Although,
So you didn't get sucked into that whole machine of
No, I
Teen
always
Idol.
felt, listen, the Teen Idol thing is such a moniker that's been kicked around, but I mean, Frank Sinatra's a Bobby Soxer.
That's
That was
true,
the
that's
thing.
true.
So I felt more in the company with those guys. And the amazing thing about being a Teen Idol, I'll tell you this, there's a place, Sardi's restaurant has a bar, it's called the Little Bar, and it's not the size of this studio, half the size. And if you took every Teen Idol from let's go back to Rudy Valley. We'll start at Rudy Valley, and let's do Frankie Valley, and let's do the Beatles. Let's put them all. We wouldn't fill this studio. The percentage, and they're all guys, right? There's like, I mean, is Katy Perry a Teen Idol kind of in a way because she's more like commiserate with the girls? That's kind of the thing, but it's not the same. Because there was a sexual moment the gears turning on girls that are before boys. And I'll tell you, the power of a 13-year-old that's fired up on that chemical rush that's happening to her, that change of life. I played a concert in Detroit at the Fisher Theater, and the sidewalks are wide enough to drive a car on. And I was in my dressing room after the thing, and there's 5,000 girls in the back of the theater, and I was 5 stories up or whatever, and I opened the window and I leaned out and waved to them. I was like, yeah, watching them go crazy. And they must have climbed on each other's like Yertle the turtle, and they pulled down the ladder to the fire escape, and they started pouring through the window, and nobody knew it because I was alone in my dressing room. I go running out, and there I ran through the theater, an empty theater. I go out to the front doors, they lock behind me. I'm all alone now on a Detroit street in front of a theater at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I see a cop car, and I wave him down and go, come here, and I'm so frantic that he pulls up on the sidewalk. He goes, what's the problem? I go, listen, there's 5,000 girls, they're gonna tear me apart and the thing, and there's nobody there. It's an empty street. He goes, I don't see anybody. And I go, listen, trust me, you're going. And I heard one girl go, ah! And then another, and then I said, you better hurry up. And they go, what? And this horde came around, just like this mass. And they said, you better get in. They put me in the back seat, and they surrounded the car. They're ripping the lights off. The whole car was swarmed by them, and they had to call like 3 backup cars to get crowd control.
So
and that gets scary.
It's a great story though, because this is all on the street. Excuse me, Ty. Because we've got a clip. We have a clip going when it comes to your Street Hawk.
Oh, Street Hawk. Well, Street Hawk is my Universal tour, and it was the first job I ever did that I didn't at least have a ukulele in my hand. So it's a pure acting, superhero.
Okay, well,
It's
let's
my
watch
first
it.
superhero job.
Well, let's watch it.
Hey, I'm Rex Smith, and I have the honor and lifelong mission now of being Jesse Mach in Street Hawk. I've worn a lot of different hats in my career, rock and roll and teen idol and Broadway and such, but Street Hawk was the ultimate universal tour.
The man, the machine, Street Hawk. This is Jesse Mach, an ex-motorcycle cop injured in the line of duty. Now a police troubleshooter. He's been recruited for a top-secret government mission to ride Street Hawk, an all-terrain attack motorcycle designed to fight urban crime. Capable of incredible speeds up to 300 miles an hour and immense firepower.
I love to do the machine gun bits. Watching those squibs go and watching a car fall apart. I do recall one time driving into shot, hitting the thing, it was all set up. And to see an entire car disintegrate and doors come off and fall apart after I push a button. That's as close to James Bond as I ever got. Jesse Mach.
How was the George Clooney connection?
Well, I met George when he was just in town, trying to make it as an actor.
Yeah.
I met him playing basketball, and he was an actor, and we had a part on the show, which it's been re-released. You can dig it up. You'll see it. You can dig through YouTube. You just look for it. It's the first part he ever got on TV, and he plays my best friend on the episode. He dies in my arms with the blood coming out of the thing, the classic, you know, like the little capsule. And that's where he began. You meet some people on the way up and they never come down, you know. You think he could return the favor. I could just deliver pizza on Ocean's 14. Pizza boy! You know,
But didn't he mention
no matter what
you?
movie he's in, ding dong, pizza boy! You know,
Didn't he mention you on
Tonight Show?
On the Tonight Show, he said
it's
something.
Like watching George going, I know.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, you gave him his big break.
Yeah, he's the
That's
original
awesome.
bobblehead.
That's right. That's right.
So let's talk about Broadway.
Well, let's talk about Broadway. That's a good thing to talk about.
You starred not only in Grease, as you mentioned, but you also got accolades in Pirates of Penzance.
Well, Pirates was free theater in Central Park. I just met with the Central Park about doing a gala event this summer for them, reminiscing about arts in the park and to host it. And it was 3 weeks of free theater at the Delacorte Theater. I had a movie lined up, and they said, I met with Joe Papp and everyone in New York, and I was prepared to do this movie. And they called me on the Sunday before they started, on Monday or the Saturday, and they said, we've held this part open for you. We want you to do this. And I sat. I said, give me a minute. And I thought, Linda Ronstadt, you know, that's a pretty heady stuff. She was the Jenny Lind of that generation. And I went to do free theater, and it turned into one of the biggest hits on Broadway, and then within a year and a half, we made the motion picture of it, taking all of the original stars to the movie. I mean, I don't think that's ever happened, that a Broadway took all of its original players and made the movie.
Right.
So the movie was, Kevin Kline is the godfather of my youngest daughter. The friendships that were melded in that wonderful
movie was
experience.
huge.
Yeah. Well, you know what's neat? Gilbert and Sullivan, the Pirates of Penzance was 100 years old when we began it, our production. We treated it like the ink wasn't dry on the paper, sort of re-envisioned it, but the power of Gilbert and Sullivan is it's the Shakespeare of musicals. There wouldn't be Book of Mormon without Pirates of Penzance. That's where it all began in Mikado and all their canon of work.
Tell the audience about the award you just got this last week. In
Well,
fact, you just flew in from
New Haven.
The Schubert New Haven is where all the Broadway shows did their out-of-town tryouts and rewrites and reimagining, recasting, and 100 years, another 100-year birthday, and I was the first honoree of an award they called the Shubie for the Schubert, and I I had opened 4 national tours on that stage, so it was quite a homecoming. And it's you know, I'm not ready in my life for my Lifetime Achievement Awards, okay, folks? I'm still like, you know, I got my show, I'm out doing, I'm enjoying life, and not ready to be Carol Channing going, hi, it's fabulous.
Less than a minute. Is this your first, I have to ask, is this your first time in Santa Barbara? I always like to ask
I
my
used
guests.
to come up to Santa Barbara. If I did Solid Gold, which I hosted Solid Gold, I replaced Andy Gibb on Solid Gold. If I did it for a year, but if I was going to do a second year, I was going to buy a place up here, and I had a biplane, so I was about an hour 20 to fly up here. So I would just fly back and forth.
Well, we're glad you made it on this trip.
Open my avocado wrap.
Thank you, avocado. Thank you so much.
Rex.
Isn't that wonderful?
Cheers. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Wow. Rex Smith, Ty. We have Rex Smith in our group.
Can you believe it?
All right. Well,
Great stories.
well, that's it for another edition of Ken Boxer Live. Don't miss our next show when Ty and I welcome singer and songwriter Alan Parsons from the very popular band, The Alan Parsons Project. This will be a show I'm looking forward to, and I know you will too. So, okay, for our guest, Rex Smith, and Tai Babilonia, and for our director, George Montalvo, and the entire KBL crew, I'm Ken Boxer. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Ken Boxer Live is brought to you by the following sponsors. Sterling Properties of Santa Barbara, hometown feel, world-class service. American Riviera Bank, smart banking for smart people. Palazzo Restaurant, where people don't leave hungry or thirsty. The Wildcat Lounge, repeatedly voted Santa Barbara's best dance club. Harborview Inn, welcome to Santa Barbara's premier 4-diamond luxury boutique oceanfront hotel. Wendy Foster, Santa Barbara and Montecito's premier clothing store. The Eagle Inn, a family-owned hotel near the beach in Santa Barbara. Via Rosa Inn, let us pamper you in international style. La Quinta Inn and Suites, conveniently located in downtown Santa Barbara. And by Taffy's Pizza, delivery, pickup, or dine in. Woody's Bodacious Barbecue, voted best barbecue in Santa Barbara for over 30 years. Santa Barbara Chicken Ranch, authentic Mexican style, mesquite barbecue. Santa Barbara Bar, finally, nutritious, tastes great. Country Catering, Meat Market, and Deli. Their food not only fills your plate, it nourishes the soul. Jack's Bagels and Bistro, serving the very best food in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. Quality food and genuine drinks. Jill's Place, where the locals go to eat. Lito's Takeout, serving the best Mexican food for over 30 years. Sammy's Camera, new location at 530 State Street. Perfect Computers since 1990. The Ken Boxer Live musical theme by Mr. Michael J. Leslie. From all of us at Ken Boxer Live, I'm Baron Ron Heron. Good night, everyone.